Okay, so we're going to look at one scatter plot and one time series plot as to how to go about making them. So we are going to start here. This is a judge of how many years that you've been in school or been studying versus your average writing score and your average math score. Okay, so um, in order to do a scatter plot, you're going to have to pick which two variables that you're going to choose. Um, Here, we're going to use years of study, and we're going to just use average writing score. Now, you could have done years of study and average math score. You could have done average writing score versus average math score. That could be done too. Um, but we're going to just choose these two for now. Now, you can make multiple scatter plots as well, but this will suffice for us right now. So first off, we need an appropriate scale. So over here, excuse me. So this scale is going to be years of study. And it looks like we go from 15 to 20, so we need 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And then for our vertical axes, this is going to be average writing score. And it doesn't have to start at 0. I mean, we can start wherever we want. We need to look for our lowest and highest numbers. It looks like our lowest number is 442 and our highest is 535. So I'm going to suggest that we start off with a number maybe like 425. Then we can move up to 450 and 475 and 500, 525, and 550. This will cover all of our bases. Now you don't have to plot them perfect, obviously, because these scales are not hitting all of these numbers necessarily, but you just want to get generally where that point is. So now we got to match up our points. So the first point is going to be 15, 442. So we go to 15 and 442. So 442 is going to be closer to the 450 than the 425, and so we'll plot that point right here. Our next point is going to be 16, 447. And so that's going to be 16, 447. And so we go 16, just a little bit higher, right there. We go to our next point, it's going to be 17, 454. So 17, 454. So we move over 17. So we're just above 450, so we're going to go right there. Our next point is going to be 18, 469. So we go to 18, 469, so a little bit under 75. So we'll go about right there. Our next point is going to be 19, 486. So we go 86 is going to be close to the middle here. And then our last point is going to be 20, 534. So we got 20 and 534. And this is going to give us way up here. So we should be approximately there. So this is just our scatter plot. Now you can see this is like kind of a nice curve. We don't need to connect these because you can kind of see that it seems like the more years you study, the higher your average score is going to be. So the main thing is just create your scales correctly, make sure that you label your sides, and then plot your points accordingly. For a time series plot, again, we have a specific amount of time as our x-axis, or as one of our variables. And then we have our percent with only wireless phone service. So this, obviously, more people have cell phones. More people have cell phones now than before, and we've been getting rid of landlines. So this number makes sense to go up. So we need to make our lines. So we're going to start here. This is time. And so we're just going to label these as we go. So we've got June of 05. We've got December of 05. We've got June of 06. We've got December of 06. We've got June of 07. We've got December of 07. I'm just going to plot these. The other ones, apologize, I'm running out of room, but you'll see the point by the time I get through this. And then over here, we're going to have percent with only wireless. And so we start off with 7.3, so it may make sense to start off with a number like 5. We go to 10, 15, and 20. And so now we just have to go through and plot. So these are controlled here. Obviously, we're on this line. So we just need to plot our points in the right spots. So the first one is at 7.3, so that's almost in the middle of 5 and 10. And then we move on to 8.4, which is going to be a little bit more. Then we move on to 10.5, so we're over 10 just a little bit. Then we move to 12.8, which is going to be a little bit more than the middle of 10 and 15. And then we go to 15.8, which is almost 16. And then we go to 17 and a half, which is dead in the middle here. So these we can connect with lines, because from these points we would expect our slopes here to make sense with our data, or make sense with our numbers. Again, the only difference between a scatter plot and a time plot is that we can connect the lines like this. Now, it doesn't make sense to do in a scatter plot because we're normally looking for some kind of line, some kind of trend. This is the same idea. It's done the exact same way, but time is going to be our independent variable.